everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to go over all the books that I read in January. Some of these were on my TBR. I don't think I got to every single one of them, but I did read some extras. I had a couple arcs that were on NetGalley that I needed to finish up, and then also some new releases that had came out that I wanted to read as well. And sadly, I did have a DNF in January, but you can't love them all, I guess. So let's get right into it, but just make sure that you like the video, make sure that you subscribe, stick around for more content because I have quite a few good things coming. But let's get into what I read in January. So the first couple I don't have physical copies of. The first two are actually NetGalleys, and then one of them is a DNF. The first one I read is called Forever Bound by Jessica Dell. I did give it 3 stars. It is a fantasy contemporary romance. I ended up really liking this book. There wasn't a whole lot that was memorable. It definitely hit all of the things that I would like in a book. I really enjoyed the time I had with it, but I don't plan on really continuing in this series or, reading from this author because just the writing style, the world building, the pacing, it just wasn't fully fleshed out. So if you do like a fantasy contemporary romance type of book, then definitely pick up Forever Bound. I think that you would like it. It's kind of hit or miss for me on contemporary, so I had a good time while I read it. I read this at the beginning of January, and to be honest, whenever I'm filming this video is actually the last day of the month, which is January 31st, and I could not tell you a single thing about this book. I feel like that doesn't really deserve a higher rating than 3. I should knock it down to 2, but, looking back on it, whenever I was reading it, I was having a good time, so I'm going to keep it at 3 stars. The next one that I read is called Courtiers by Valentine Lowe. It is a 3-star. I read it as an ebook as well. It was one of my NetGalleys that I needed to get through before they expired. It is a non-fiction British literature type of book, and there's really not a whole lot to say. It's about the royal family, it's about the court and the politics and all of the things that really surround the British monarchy. So if you kind of like something like that, you would enjoy this. I did enjoy it for the most part. I feel like getting a deeper dive into the monarchy and like how things are ran and the politics and the structure and different things like that and everyone's different lives and roles was really, really good. I gave it 3 stars because I'm not a non-fiction type of person. I kind of like the fantastical elements, the, out of this world type of thing. So it was good. I enjoyed it because that is something that I really like to read about. The next book was my DNF. I could not get through it. It was one of the books that I had on, kind of just a list that I have to read in my lifetime. I don't remember reading this in school. There may have been, an assignment for it, but I did not read it because everybody that I've talked to has said that they read it in high school. But it is the Iliad and the Odyssey, both books by Homer. I was attempting to listen to this on audio. However, it was very hard to consume. I don't think that I could have read it in person, like as a physical book, or even an ebook. So I got maybe like halfway through the Iliad, and I was just like, I don't even know what's going on. I'm so confused. This was a 2,700-year-old book. I couldn't get into it. I feel bad. It's a classic. I feel like it's one of those, like, people that read it, sometimes like it, sometimes hate it, but I just couldn't even get past the halfway point of the Iliad. So I ended up DNFing that. So now on to some of the books that I loved and I didn't love and all of those things. So the last book that I do not have a physical copy of, but I did finish it just a couple days ago, which is Zodiac Academy Book 8, which is Sorrow and Starlight. This book I gave a 2-star to. It needed to be like 600 pages less. Like 10 hours less, honestly. It's like a 25 or 30 hour audiobook. I read at like a 1.8, 1.9 speed. So it ended up being, I think, 19 or 20 hours, something like that. I could not just stay in it. I feel like this book, there was a lot of fluff that didn't need to be in there. I feel like there was just a lot of POVs that we did not need to have. There were a lot of things that were not getting done. And then you finally get to like the last maybe 40%, 30% of the book. And then now we're starting to get somewhere. Now we're getting answers. Now we're getting, like Lavinia and all of these different things. You're getting things like that, but I just feel like it was drawn out. It did not need to be drawn out. The last book needed to be one book. If it was a 30-hour audiobook, but you combined both book 8 and now book 9 that has been announced into one, I would have been fine with that if you wrapped up the story. Take out some of the POVs. I love all the characters. Some of my favorites are Caleb. I really love Caleb, and I really love Geraldine. I could care less about Seth. Seth acts like he is 5 years old the entire time, and it is annoying. This book, though, I gave 2 stars to. I got through it because I was like, I've already committed to 7 books already. I'm getting through this one, and I, of course, will read book 9, but I do plan on selling my special editions of the books I already have because I don't know why people love this series. I'll be very honest with you. At this point, I want to say book 3 through 6 were good. Book 7, pretty good. Tearjerker at the end. I feel like that's where it should have ended. Book 8 should not exist. Book 9 should not exist. And definitely books 1 and 2 should not exist. They are terrible. So I don't feel like this series is going to be for me. I'm going to trudge through it. I'm a glutton for punishment. I don't want to DNF the series because I have committed so much time to it. But I am not going to continue it at all. The next book, I am fighting, yawning honestly over here. I am so sorry, guys. So the next one is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. My husband bought me this book because I'm a big Brandon Sanderson fan. And whenever Skyward came out, well, it's been out for a while, but I learned about it, and I was like, a sci-fi of Brandon Sanderson, I'm in. So I definitely gave this book 4 stars. It was absolutely amazing. Spensa is the girl that you follow, and her father has been dubbed a coward, and so she has to live her life on this like alien planet, underground. Being a coward, she wanted to be a flight person. What do they call themselves? They call themselves something, but anyway, she wanted to be in the flight academy, and with her father being dubbed a coward, it wasn't going to happen for her, and so she does everything she can to try to get in there, and then you just follow her along the way. It was a tearjerker at first because I was like, oh my gosh, this girl goes through so much. But the characters in here act way more mature than the characters in Zodiac Academy do, and they're way younger. So I don't understand, the whole aspect of that. But definitely pick up Skyward if you like sci-fi, if you like Brandon Sanderson, if you want a new series. I absolutely enjoyed it. It's a 4-star. I cannot wait to read the next book again. I can't wait to see what Spensa gets up to. I can't wait to see what her friends get up to. I cried in this book. I rooted for them. I cheered and hollered. So it was absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to continue on. The next book finally has came off of my TBR after being on there for months. And that is Love on the Brain by Allie Hazelwood. Me and my friend finally, Buddy read this. She would tell me like I could only read 5 chapters. And then she got to the point where she was like, okay, can we just go 2 more tonight? Can we just go 4 more tonight? Can we just finish the book tonight? It was really, really good. You follow, oh goodness, what is her name? I am so bad at names. B and Levi. So B and Levi are like arch nemesis from college. They get put on this project at NASA, and all these things go wrong. She's being sabotaged, all of these different things. And so she has to kind of go to Levi, which she doesn't want to. It's kind of one of those, miscommunication tropes, and, enemies to lovers is what it was trying to be. It was so good. Allie Hazelwood knocked it out of the park again. I definitely gave this book a 3 stars because I really enjoyed it. The one thing I didn't like is that I feel like it wrapped up way too quickly. I feel like they hated each other for 60% of the book. They go away out of town on a business thing, and then it's like all of a sudden like truths are revealed and all of this stuff, and then the next thing I know it's like, let's move in together and we're so in love kind of thing. It was too fast for me, and so that I didn't like. But I love B and Levi. They're actually my favorite in the 2 standalones in this series. So I cannot wait for Love Theoretically to come out in June or July. That one sounds pretty fun. The last one, I actually just finished this one up today, Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue. This book I definitely am giving 4 stars to. I actually can't wait to continue. I think the next one is called Her Soul for Revenge, I believe. And this book is a very dark paranormal romance where you are following, I just finished it up today, Raylan. And I just can't deal with names, guys. Raylan and Leon. And Raylan goes back to the town that she's from, that she was born into, and to finish college, and ends up getting wrapped up into this whole like sacrifice where people are being sacrificed to the god under the town, and she summons a demon, and then all of a sudden her and this demon are on their way trying to get the grimoire and release him and all this stuff. And it's very dark, it's very smutty. Check trigger warnings on this. It does deal with a lot of graphic things, but make sure that, you check those out before you dive into this. But if you do not mind the trigger warnings, this is a must read if you haven't read it yet. It is so, so good. I really enjoyed the gothic atmosphere and the horror elements and the thriller elements mixed in there with the paranormal romance. And I just absolutely love Leon. He is so amazing and so hot and sexy, and you should definitely pick it up if you like it. So those are the books that I read in January. I hope that you guys have found some new picks that you want, or maybe I loved a book that you didn't like. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if any of these books you are going to pick up. Let me know if you've read any of them or what your thoughts are on them. My Instagram in my Goodreads is linked down below as well. But my next video should be going up. That is my February TBR. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Until next time, bye.